much about. It's a memoir of my early years in England, how I learned how to sing, how I started off in vaudeville, how I traveled to Broadway and then to Hollywood, and how fortunate I've been. But along the way, some absolutely wonderful breaks, a lot of learning, and I wanted to share that vaudeville history particularly because it is a part of theatre history that not too many people know about. So I'm going to hand some questions over to Bill, my good friend Bill, and thank you very, very much for being here today.
I do have a few questions. Because inquiring minds do want to know.
I see.
Now, you've been writing books for over 35 years.
I have.
And how did writing your own life story compare to writing about such things as the last of the really great Whangdoodles, Simeon's Gift, and the Great American Mouseicle?
It was very, very different. Writing children's books, I enjoy so much, and I do some of them with my daughter and some of them on my own. And I love creating characters and love telling stories, and I love working with and for children. But when it comes to writing about myself, it's a little more daunting. And it was quite interesting to have to research and go back over dates and be sure that I was right. And of course, the more I wrote, the more the memories were spurred, and it was very different, much more grown up, much more sensible.
So how did you jog your memory? Did you keep a diary over the years?
I began with a very extensive timeline. I knew the body of years that I wanted to write about. And thank heavens for the internet, because I could look up anything I wanted to and get that answer. I'm sure the book would be very, very wrong most of the time if it hadn't been for the internet, which helped correct dates and specific things that happened. But once you start writing, then more memories come and more memories come. My daughter was a great help. I have kept, over the years, old photographs and some diaries. I spoke to my father before he passed away, and my aunt, and my stepmother, and luckily I had taped them. So over the years, just for my own family's history, I was able to call on some of those things, which again promoted other things as well.
Now, when you say or read the word home, and no matter who you are, an image immediately comes to mind. When I say the word home, what do you see?
I think these days, obviously, it's family. I see my children. I have 5 children, and I have 7 grandchildren. And yeah, oh wow is right. And but in the old days, I'm not sure what home was, and that's the whole title of the book is Home. And I would like the reader maybe to decide for themselves what it was. Was it my home? Was it the theater? Was it what resides in each of us, and you find it for yourself? But certainly these days, home is family, husband, children, grandchildren.
Do you have a favorite memory or a story from the book you'd like to share? Just to give a sample.
Oh, there are so many memories, Bill. And each of them are special. I think memories mostly, my father was a nature-loving man, a great man of the country, and he was a very sweet guy. I think the most pleasant memories are the memories of taking country walks with him, discovering nature. I'm sure his influence influenced a lot of my children's books. He bought me the first book I ever read, which I don't think any of you would know. It was just a little tiny English book. But again, it was a book about the country and about animals, and it influenced me greatly, and I think that's reflected in all the writing that I do for children.
I love the last line of the book, and you can't cheat and read the last line. Do yourself a favor, read it all the way through before you get there. But I do have to ask, now this takes you up to 1962 or so.
Yes, it does.
Yes, and I have to ask, is there going to be a sequel?
Oh my heavens. Right now, I have not given that any thought. I'm just so I have to tell you that it's been about, in all, about a 14-year process. I was asked about 14 years ago to write this book. I I said, I don't think I can. It's much too early. I don't even want to think about it. But for the last 4 years, I have been working on it. And now to see it bound and out and be talking about it is a little kind of surprising even to me. I can't believe this moment has happened, which just shows that if you put one foot in front of the other, you get things done. I had a day job that kept getting in the way. But I don't know if there'll be a sequel. Let's enjoy this for now.
Absolutely. So what is next?
Next, I'm going to come back to Philadelphia this summer. I'm coming in August. One of my and my daughter's children's books, a little book that you've just mentioned called Simeon's Gift, about a musician in ancient times. It's a little fable, but it's been adapted for narration and symphony orchestra. And I'll be coming to the Mann Center for, for the Performing Arts. And we'll be coming on April the 7th? August the 7th, I beg your pardon. August the 7th. I'm a little addled, we got in so late last night. We'll be coming August the 7th to the Mann Performing Center for the Arts. We'll be performing this lovely little, beautifully orchestrated, beautiful songs of this little piece. I'll be doing the narrating. Well, that will be the second half of the evening. The first half of the evening will be a tribute to Rodgers and Hammerstein, and the whole theme of the evening is gifts, old and new. And so there's the Rodgers and Hammerstein, and then the new gift is the little piece.
Simeon's Gift really is a special story, and I encourage you to read that as well.
I'm surprised you know it.
I know it. I guess that concludes our questions.
It does, and I'm very happy to sign some books if anybody would like me to.
What do you think?
So why don't we begin?
Okay.
Okay? Nice to meet you, everybody.
Meanwhile, one more classic, Julie Andrews' song on the organ. Peter Richard Conway, take it away.